Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So I just got back from running to the city, went to Fort Smith, Arkansas, and I went there to pick up my monthly Azure Standard order. Azure Standard is kind of like an online grocery store. They focus on organic, non-GMO foods, and you can get tons of different things from there, and it is a great resource, especially if you live someplace where grocery store options are very, very limited. And particularly if you are looking for healthy options. And so every month I make an order from Azure Standard. I go and I pick up what I need. A lot of times I will buy things in bulk. And depending upon what it is, I may can it, I may freeze it, I may dehydrate it, or throw it in my freeze dryer. So it's just a really great resource, and I've been using Azure Standard for years. But I thought I would just show you what I ordered this month. Now, a couple of the things I got here are actually for my son and daughter-in-law. They had a couple things that they wanted to order this month, and so I just included it with my order. No point them making a whole separate order when I was going to be going and picking up my order anyways. All right, so the first thing that I got was a whole bunch of bell peppers. Now, I love to have diced up bell peppers in my freezer. I have these freezer containers that I use. I've used them forever. And so I will dice these up, freeze them in the containers in portions, and then whenever I need them for recipes, I just pull out a container, pop it into the pot, like my soup pot over there that has some black bean chowder in it, and it's just ready to go for all the things that I want to cook. So I stocked up on some organic green bell peppers. Then the next thing I got was some organic garlic. I got a whole bunch of this, a full pound of it. So there's several heads. Now, I got this because, of course, I love to use garlic in cooking, but also cold and flu season is coming up, and including more garlic in your diet is really helpful. Plus, I have been wanting to do the fermented garlic in honey, and I need a lot of garlic for that, and so I ordered some garlic. All right, now for the cheeses. Like I mentioned in my last video, there's some things about cheese that I learned recently. For instance, that the enzymes that are in some cheeses may actually come from a pig. And if you're someone like me who does not eat pork and does everything in their power to steer clear of it, cheese is one of those things that I have become much more particular about. And so I stocked up on some mozzarella. I got some Monterey Jack, some raw milk white cheddar, and then I got some Monterey Jack Colby, the kind of Colby Jack cheese. And what I do with these great big blocks is I cut them into portions, I wrap them up in freezer paper, I put them inside a Ziploc freezer bag, and I just freeze them in portions and then take a block out as I need it. Now, of course, when you freeze cheese, a lot of times after it's thawed, it kind of crumbles and it's hard to slice. But honestly, most of the time I'm shredding cheeses anyways, and so it doesn't really bother me that it's going to crumble up and not slice well. If I really needed to, I could like cut off a chunk, let it kind of get room temperature, and then slice it, because that can sometimes help the cheese stay together a little bit better. Like if I was wanting to put cheese on top of a burger or something like that. So got some cheeses, and then meats. Again, I don't do pork, and so trying to find all of the sausages that I would use for recipes and things like that can sometimes be a challenge. But there's a brand here called Thousand Hills, and Azure Standard carries it, and it's really good stuff. This one is the beef and pepper jack hickory smoked sausage. I bought a few of these. Let's see here. Those are all that. Then I got some stadium brats because, you know, I am German by heritage mostly. And I love bratwurst and sauerkraut. Absolutely love it. And so being able to get brats that do not have pork or pork casings, because, you know, you can find chicken sausages and stuff like that, but then they're in a pork casing, and that just totally throws it out the window for me. But, so I got several of these. And then I also stocked up on some organic cranberries, frozen cranberries. And these I'll just pop right into the freezer. And I will save these for holiday season because it'll be here before you know it. And I love homemade cranberry sauce. Absolutely love it. And so I needed cranberries for that. And you know, yeah, I can find cranberries all the time at the store, but I can't hardly ever find organic ones. So I just ordered the frozen ones and they'll be ready and waiting for me. And then I got some organic cut spinach. I love putting spinach in soups and other dishes. Like I have a creamy Tuscan chicken dish that I do it's dairy free, but it's super creamy. That has spinach in it and things like that. So stocked up on my frozen spinach. And I think, all right, that is it for the frozen stuff. And then the only other thing that I got this month was a couple of things for my son and daughter-in-law, like I mentioned. Got a 5-pound bag of cane sugar for their canister. And then they also asked me to include some onion granules, which I use as onion powder. It's just way easier to measure and it doesn't clump together. And some ground cayenne pepper. And so these are theirs. And so I will hand them off to them when I see little Miss Willoughby, my granddaughter, this evening, because she always gets to come and say goodnight. All right, friends, so that is my Azure Standard order this month. I didn't order a ton of things, just kind of stocking up on a few things that I'm wanting to make sure I've got in my freezer and the pantry and all of that. If you are not familiar with Azure Standard, I will put a link to them in the video description down below. I am not an affiliate of theirs or anything like that, but I have been shopping with Azure Standard for several years now, and like I mentioned earlier, if you live in a place where grocery store options are really limited, like they are here in the mountains of Arkansas, having the ability to order things online and have it shipped to your area is really, really helpful. And so like I said, I've been using Azure Standard for years, even when I did have a lot of grocery store options in Alabama, where we used to live. There is another website that I have used in the past, and people have asked me about it. It's called Thrive Market. I don't really use it a whole lot anymore. I just found that there really wasn't a lot of stuff on there that I wanted. The one time I did try and order some frozen things, the shipment was like 3 days late and everything was ruined. Not really their fault, more of a FedEx thing, but it just kind of burned me with that, and so I don't really use that a whole lot anymore. If there's something I'm trying to find and I can't find it anywhere else, I will. But it is a membership type of website where you have to have a membership that you pay every year. But to be honest, when my annual membership comes due, I don't think I'm going to renew it, because for me, Azure Standard is just a way better option, because everything that I really want that I would use, I can generally get from Azure Standard. And so it kind of really fills the void for me. It's kind of nice watching the haul videos because it kind of introduces you to more things that Azure Standard carries. Their website is so big and they carry so much. It's really surprising all of the things that they carry. And so I will occasionally watch some haul videos just to see if there's something that I didn't realize they carried, and man, I need to put that in my next order because I didn't know they had that. I mean, they have animal feed and garden seeds and you name it, it's probably on there. But like I said, I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that. I use Azure Standard. It's a resource and all of that. So thanks for joining me here in the Homestead Kitchen. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and I'll talk to y'all next time.